Hey everybody! So you are getting to see a naked, no makeup face. Very little filtering just because I figured I'd be real about this. I mean, let's be honest. You guys already know that I am of a certain age, and I feel like from time to time I need to be real with myself and my audience. So you guys get to see me in my element. When I create, I'm not wearing a whole bunch of makeup. Um, do enjoy me a good dark, full glam goth eye look, but at the same time, I don't want to do that every single day. Oh, thank you, sweetheart. So if you guys can see, I have this massive, gorgeous thing right here in the background. This is the largest tier of my floral chandelier. And she is only about, I want to say 20% complete right now. This one is going to take me a heck of a lot longer to do than I was I was actually hoping. It's because a lot of the materials that I'm using, I'm having to order them and wait for them to get here. So that sucks a little bit, but yeah. Yeah. Hey, woohoo! Oh my gosh. Some of you guys are popping in that I was not expecting to see. That is awesome. Even if you can't stay, I appreciate you guys popping in. Exactly, Knox. I have a son that is in his early 20s, and I still think that for the most part, time has been pretty kind to me as far as aging, but I'm definitely starting to show that I'm in my 40s. Is my whole body tatted? Absolutely not. I mean, I have like one on this arm, but for the most part, this arm is completely naked. Um, Most of my torso is not tattooed yet. And my legs are completely ink free, but I do have tattoos on my feet. Gabriel, honey, I'm going to assume that you are asking me that question because you think I need Jesus. What you fail to understand is I grew up in a very religious household. Like my father is a religious leader in the church. So I can quote Bible verses to you. So that would be a resounding yes, I actually did. Just because I look a certain type of way doesn't necessarily mean that I haven't made space or time for Jesus in my life. Just FYI. Oh, thank you so much. Sometimes I think he would probably argue that though. Um, he's lucky to have me as a mom just because I feel like I'm not as close minded as a lot of parents. I don't want to say a lot of parents these days, but a lot of parents in the past, like my parents were very close minded, still are. They're not accepting of certain groups of people and certain thoughts and ideas. And I hate that because that's part of being a good parent is being open to learning more about the world around you and the child that you helped bring into it. This child is going to identify themselves in all different manners throughout their lives. They're going to find things they love and they don't love, and you're supposed to be there for them through that whole experience. Hello, everyone. Oh my God, so many of you popping in. Kevin, I don't even have time for that. I really don't have time for that. Oh no. No tattooing of the naughty bit areas at all. Like, yeah. I don't have time for negativity, Kevin. Do know that I will be setting up moderators on my channel very soon. So if you come in here with the idea of trolling, you won't stay long. Just letting you know. Goodbye, sir. And this is a message to everybody in the comment section that comes in and decides to troll. Just know that I can put you in timeout like you are a naughty little 5-year-old, or I can hide you from the channel permanently, which means that you will no longer see the comment and you will, or content, and you will no longer be able to come in and interact with anyone in the comments, because you can be as mean as you want to me. I have thick skin. It's not something that's new to me. Been bullied my whole life for my looks. You will not be mean to my subscribers, though, at all. Period. Ah, Wolfie! You guys, oh my God, I love seeing all your names. What do my tattoos signify? There are a whole bunch of different ones that have significant meaning. And I will be the first to tell you that I do have quite a few tattoos that they just are cool designs or something pretty that I wanted permanently on my body. And most of these things I've thought about for years before I put them on me. These all have significances as to past experiences, parts of who I am or who, like family heritage, things that I have developed a love for throughout my life. Just, it's basically a collage of me, all different parts of me. Most of my tats have no meaning, LOL. And honestly, they don't have to. That's a wonderful thing about art. Art can just be meaningful to you in the sense that it's beautiful art and you thought it was beautiful enough to put it on yourself. It can be things that made you laugh, things that made you cry. That's the wonderful thing about it. And the fact that it goes on your body means that it doesn't have to mean anything to anybody else, as long as it means something to you. That's so sweet, Fred. Thank you. You and your grandma are so awesome. Y'all are so awesome. I missed you too, Wolfie. Wow, Knox, that's a cool tattoo, actually. And that's a significant tattoo. That's something that you can look at and continue to remind yourself of why you got it and what it represents. I have a few that mean significantly more to me. I think the only tattoo that I have ever gotten that I just absolutely 100% regretted was there was one that used to be on my neck, and you can still, if you look really closely, right down here, you can see the remnant of one of the spots of it because we couldn't get the cover-up piece large enough and enough colors to be able to actually cover all of it, but most of it's gone. See? Oh, and I love you guys so much, Jody. Wolfie, see, that's this one. This one is my little sister's tattoo. She's been gone for, oh God, almost 10 years. She was a lover of everything Barbie pink, sparkly, Hello Kitty, and the song You Are My Sunshine was one of her favorite songs as a little kid, and mine too, because I loved to hear her sing it. Because when she was really little, she couldn't say sunshine right. She would say shunshine. So she would sing it, You Are My Shunshine. So I started singing it back to her that way. Dude, Knox, that you're brave. You're brave because that's sternum tat is actually one of the ones that I wanted to get, and I have gained weight. I've gotten a little heavier as the good old menopause starts to set in. So I've been kind of apprehensive to get it, but I'm not getting any younger. I know that one's going to hurt. So rib cage, I can only imagine how much that's going to hurt. It's such a good song. It's such a good song, especially when you sing it and you have like a specific person in mind when you sing it. If they really are your sunshine, it's just very fitting. Wow, you guys are a giraffe with its tongue out. You know what though? That's so precious though. I mean, honestly, I have a couple of them that are kind of like that. That I honestly, there are a couple that are snuck in certain places that are more of a comical piece, not so serious. Okay, wait. I stopped with my friend saying stuff about my grandmother and causing me so much stress. Fred, yes, I do think you did the right thing because let me tell you right now, if somebody is willing to say things in a disrespectful manner about you or the people that you love, and you know they are not treating you the way that they need to treat you, it is way better for you to walk away from that because that's just going to cause years of anguish potentially. I've had to do that. I've had to walk away and go no contact with family members of mine for things like that. Love you to the moon and back. See, oh, my little sister used to tell me she loved me to the sky and back. So, yes, yes, I think that would be a good one. Wow. Yeah, Wolfie, that'd be a good tattoo. Exactly right, Knox. Exactly right. It sounds like, honestly, they may not have been the best friend to you, Fred. So, you're probably not going to miss out on a whole lot, baby. I hate that. I hate that people do that. I hate that they feel the need to do that kind of thing. And some people, I think, just they speak before they think about what they're saying and how it's going to sound or how it's going to affect the people around them. And then you have those people that just don't care. They don't care. They're hurting and they want you to hurt too. And that's sad. That's really sad. It's a sad thing not only for you because you will lose a potential friend, but at the same time it's sad for them because wow, I mean like how miserable of a person do you have to be that you would bring others around you down like that? Same, Knox, same. Like art in general makes me feel so much better even if I am having a really bad day. Like just doing something artistic. And I want to tell you guys in advance, if you hear any dogs barking in the background or at some point you see me get up and then you hear a hum in the background, it is because where I'm currently staying, the bedroom that I am sleeping in and also obviously crafting in, it gets really warm in here, so I might have to turn on my fan at some point, and it's kind of loud. It's a squirrel fan, so it has a pretty loud hum. Well, I don't know if you can see her. Let me see if I can move. Can you guys see her? That's Jasmine. Jasmine normally goes and hides when I do any live streaming, but she's sitting up here right now. Her sister, which is the smaller of my doggos, she's the mini one. She's half her size. She is currently in the back cave. She stays under the bed. She is darkness. She is the void. So we don't see her until it's time to eat, go potty, or get lovin's. We don't see her. She's my dog, so it tracks. She's a lot like her mom. I do normally cut my own hair. I did my bangs and I'm kind of regretting it because I do actually have a stylist in the family and I feel like she probably would have done my V bangs way better than I could. But as far as everything else, yes, I cut, I lock my own hair, I color my own hair, I do all of my own stuff because I'm a cheap heifer. I don't like spending money. I don't want to be high maintenance when I could do it myself. Let's see if I can't adjust the lighting in here a little bit. Angle this down a little more. There we go. Doing something for my boss. Not gonna lie, can't wait to go home. Oh, Shark Man. Oh, yes. Man, my work week starts tomorrow and I work my tail off all weekend long. Like I will stop to sleep pretty much. That's it. Because I have all of my sites this weekend, so I have a full schedule, pretty much from sunrise to sunset or after. Black Lab, he's the sweetest boy. Same, Wolfie, same. Well, and where I'm currently staying is with Papa Bear and Mama Bear. So I am staying with my two girls, and they have 5 dogs of their own. So we have a whole pack in the house. And funny you should say Black Lab because there's a brother and sister Black Lab here. They are sweet little blockheads. Well, Fred, I've been in that situation myself. There was a girl that I was friends with for years and did not realize how unhealthy that friendship was, how toxic that friendship was until years later. And it was eating me alive because I was keeping quiet and letting this person say and do pretty much whatever they wanted to without any kind of repercussions, without standing up for myself or the people that I loved or the people that they were talking about in a negative light. And it made me feel like a crap human. A, because I just kept listening to it and not saying anything. And then B, just being around that kind of negativity. Oh, happy birthday to your wee pup. My pups are, let's see, how old are they now? Oh, sweet God. They're like 7 years old now. We were like, yes. I wish they could live longer too. I've had a couple that have lived well past the expected, like, life expectancy. You're welcome, Fred. You are so welcome, sweetheart. I know that that's a difficult position to be in because you care about the friendship that you have developed with this person. I mean, that's time and energy and whatever that you've put into developing any kind of relationship with anybody is like that. And it hurts to a certain extent when you know that you're about to have to cut that off and walk away. And that's never going to feel good. But I guarantee you it'll feel much better and you'll feel a weight lifted because of it. I feel like you were completely in the right. So, yeah. You rescued a puppy from off the streets. Oh my goodness. Bless you. Bless you, because not enough people do that. Not enough people do that. And you know what? I I had a street puppy and I named him Urchin, which was kind of sad, terrible humor. But I named him Urchin, and he was one of the best dogs I had. As far as I could tell, he was like a Jack Russell mix. Oh, Brian. Oh, I wish parents would think about that. I wish parents would think about that before they did that kind of stuff. I realize that they have to make a hard decision and they just want to get it done. But they gotta think about how that affects the people around them, not just them. And oh, see, I'm allergic to cats, but I love cats. So I have a serious problem because I want all of the cat scritches and all of the snuggles and all the purrs, but my face swells up. I can't see out of my eyes and I can't breathe anymore. So I can't have a cat. 47. Okay, so you get me. You're 47 and no one believes that. You get me. For the longest time I would take my son with me. Oh, the first awkward, embarrassing time that somebody thought that we were dating. I was like, "Oh, cuz my son looks older than what he is. Like he has since he was a young teenager." So that was awkward on so many different levels. He's also been offered alcohol way before he was legally able to drink it. I'd have to agree with that, Wolfie. I really would. I'm trying to keep up with the comments, you guys. Um, Time doesn't necessarily heal all wounds. Time, the passage of time just helps you deal with the wounds a little better. But they're still there and they are still open. Uh, oh, I'm so glad to hear that, Knox. That A, breaks my heart, but also B, makes me really happy because a lot of these little guys or girls don't get a chance at a good life. And it's not even their fault most of the time. Of hot messes. She has four fur babies. Oh, see, honestly, until these two girls, like their mama is a rescue. I rescued their mama. She was extremely abused in the house that she was in originally. And basically, one day I went over there and I saw what was going on and I saw how she was reacting and I knew she needed to get out of there. So I basically told my friend, I'm not leaving without this dog. Y'all aren't taking care of her. She needs to come home with me. And she let me leave with her. She knew I wasn't wrong. Yes, a cat. Oh, wow. Eldritch, right? I said that right. It's pronounced exactly how it's spelled, I'm assuming. And I've never heard of somebody having an ESA cat. That is cool as heck. Yo. And cats are kind of really smart when it comes to picking up on people's emotions. The one cat that I've had, she was like that. She could tell when I was sad or depressed. And she always managed to be able to cheer me up just by coming and trying to snuggle in my lap. I'm trying to keep up, guys. Grief, exactly. Grief isn't childish. It's not. Absolutely not. It's not childish to be upset when someone doesn't take into account that you should be able to grieve too. That it shouldn't be something that they get to decide how this whole thing goes. Like you being left out of a process like that, just shows that the parent was not paying attention to the relationship the entire family had developed with this companion. So that's not childish. It's also not selfish at all to feel that way, just so you know. You like to name your fur babies after pirates? Really? That is so cool. Oh my God, that's so cool. Like, Knox, if you had any idea of the drawn out finished product of what my bathroom in my tiny house was going to look like, that pirate remark would make way more sense. You would realize why I'm giggling. Bonnie after Amber. Oh my gosh. You are intelligent, and that is hilarious. Wow. You guys amaze me with how creative you get. Okay, honey. Okay. You can, that's fine. You can step away. It's fine, sweetheart. I wish I could hug you through the phone. I hate hearing about stuff like that happens to you guys. Bye, Knox. Have a good rest of the day at work. Hopefully it goes by quickly for you. Thank you for dropping in, baby. Right, Jody and Anna, you see that? That is like, you guys are so freaking creative, because I would have never in a million years thought to name my animals after pirates. My two are named after princesses, because I'm super original. But it fits. They're both spoiled princesses. You guys want to see something really cool that I got? I mean, it's a little smaller than I wanted it, but I got it too. I thought it was going to match a vase that I already own. But it is probably less than half the size. This is what happens when you don't pay attention to the I mean, the actual details and finish on it are incredible. But this is what happens when you don't pay attention to the measurements of stuff when you order it. So I love calla lilies, and the fact that I found black ones just makes my little goth heart so happy. But I was like, I need a special vase to put these in. Well, anatomically correct heart seemed like a pretty good face. Yeah, I'm a weirdo, but that'll give you a tiny hint as to the chicanery that will be afoot in my tiny home when I finally get in there. You have a... Wait, what? Gay wolf, that is the best. The best. I swear, if I had a male animal of any kind, that probably would have been a great contender for the name. Because King Julian is just... Hi, Jade. Well, that's all right, because like my dogs are Jasmine and Thumbelina, but I never called them that. It's Jazz and Tumbles. Can't wait to see you in your tiny home. Same. Oh my gosh, you guys, I can't even begin to accurately express how excited I am, and this is like so overdue. I have been almost a decade of work. Blood, sweat, and tears have gone into rebuilding my life to get to the point where I could afford to buy and pay for a tiny house. And I am trying to be patient and trying to let the universe do what it will and trying to let God bless me in the way that he sees fit. But I'm so ready to be in that house. You're good, Wolfie. It's all right, baby. I understood. I understood. There have been a couple of times I've had to excuse myself for things, conversation topics and whatnot. Well, Thumbelina actually came about simply because of the size that she was when she was born. She was the runt of the litter, and she was literally that long. So I was like, oh, she's the size of my thumb. Thumbelina. Tallulah. Oh my God, you guys have some of the coolest pet names. Like all of you. Fred, I saw that name, by the way. You guys are so freaking creative. I know I keep saying that, but I'm just, it's one of those things where I understand like the run of the mill pet names are overused and you don't want to keep calling your pets all these overused names. But the fact that some of you have gotten so incredibly creative with coming up with your animals' names. And by the way, Jade, Tallulah is one of my favorite names. But yeah, Tallulah was one of the names that I actually had picked out for girl names if I had a girl. Oh, corn snake. I used to have one. I had a corn snake and a king snake. Like the corn snake way more than the king snake. King snakes are a little ornery sometimes. And my king snake's name was Houdini because he was out of his tank more than he was in it. Dude, okay. Do you have a name picked out for your hog nose? I have a friend who has a hog nose. That is, oh, okay. Gay Wolf, let me tell you, I was so against the idea of having rats as pets for the longest time until I took in and fostered an orphaned possum and realized that when they're really small, it's basically like having a rat. And now I'm in love. I'm in love. Like I would have one immediately. Well, if my dogs weren't a thing. Might have one once my dogs cross over the rainbow bridge, but we won't talk about that because I would like them to stay around for a long time. Oh my God, yes, Jade. You're gonna have to find a way to post some pictures if you get your little hog nose because I think they are adorable. Oh, that's precious. He was in training to be a guide dog. Damn. But that's actually ingenious. Different litters in different letters of the alphabet. So you could keep the litters straight and you would know which were litter mates. That's actually pretty genius. I used to have a rosy boa named D'Artagnan. Musketeer reference. Love it. Love it. Yeah. Right, Jade? I think honestly that is oh man, see, but then if I used one musketeer name, I would have to instantly have enough pets to have all of them because I'm a collector and I gotta have the whole set. Oh, Kiefer boy. Oh, first. Okay, see, I would have been the one that would have been calling your dog all kinds of silly, like, versions of the name because I do that. I did that with my son. My son had a full legal name, and then he had a nickname that we called him, and then that evolved into like 17 different nicknames. So that poor kid answered to literally everything for the first 3 years of his life because he was just assuming that whatever we yelled in the house was either at him or the dog, and he knew the dog's name. Oh yeah, I had let's see, I've had a couple of snakes, but I think my albino python was probably my favorite, even though his name was stupid because there was no creativity at all. But he was probably my favorite just because he was so gentle. It was almost like having a weird reptilian puppy. I'm not even lying to y'all. Well, there's not a whole lot of nicknames that you can give someone that's named Heather, which is my first legal name. So yeah, that's the only one that I know of that I got called a lot, and it's not actually that nice, is Heifer. You gotta be close. You gotta be close to me to call me Heifer without me giving you an evil look. I'd have to agree there, Wolfie. If they're telling you they don't give everybody 17 nicknames in their house and they never go by their actual name they were given ever again, they're lying. They're not telling you the truth. They be calling that person or animal everything but its name. Wait, what was his name? My son's name? My son's name, oh, I don't even know that I want to give his first name because he absolutely hates his first name. But we call him Alex. Alexander is his middle name, and he liked Alex much better. He still has beef with his dad because his dad was the one that got to pick out his name. His dad didn't like any of my ideas, so he got to pick the name. Heather Feather. Oh man, yes. Yes. Well, I've had more nicknames with my middle name because it's easier to give you nicknames with my middle name is Nicole. I will not tell you my last name for obvious reasons, but my middle name is Nicole. And I have had to recently go back and correct. I don't know if that's the right term or not, but legal documents because apparently my parents both spelled my middle name differently on my legal documents. And I don't know whether it was because they were having an argument. One wanted to spell it one way, one wanted to spell it the other, or if one of my parents literally forgot how my middle name was spelled. But I just had to recently, within the last couple of years, go back and switch it all to one spelling across the board on all my legal documents. Well, Jade, that is up for debate. I say nicknames do not have to have anything to do with your actual given name. They can be something endearing that somebody calls you that has nothing to do with the legal name and more to do with a situation or something that you like or something that they think is cute. I mean, shoot. There are a couple of nicknames that I got that don't have anything to do with my name. They are all about my personality or the kind of characteristics that I have, like physical or emotional, whatever. Yeah, some of them aren't. Oh, Michaela, you're welcome, baby. That's wild. Because some people, I guess, enjoy my voice, and I'm glad to hear that. Murphy, Shadow, Chucky, Bones, ABC, Mocha, Light Bright. What? Okay, well, those are definitely a little more creative than any of the nicknames that I've been given. So you won with that one, girl. Okay, I think out of all of those, though, can I just pick my favorite? I don't even know what the backstory is, but Light Bright, though, that one is cute. I don't, especially coming from somebody who was born in the early 80s and owned Light Brights. That one's cute. Mix of Kenneth and Henry. See, my middle name was literally one of the most popular middle names for my age group. I graduated, just my graduating class now. I graduated with 3 other girls that shared the same first and middle name that I did. That gets confusing because you can't go by your middle name when there's that many others. And then if you go by your first name and you yell your first name across a room, there are going to be multiple girls look your way. That was confusing. Have you all in the background and calms me down? Have a great day, everyone. You too, Michaela. I'm glad you dropped in, even if you're just going to be, AFK and doing your thing. I'm glad you're dropping in for a little bit. My uncle who's 83 calls me that. I think that is adorable. Your uncle, that is so precious. Precious. So you like Annie. Well, then I will try and remember to call you Annie because I really like that one. Oh my goodness. I have been on live for over 40 minutes and I have yet to touch this thing yet. So I'm probably going to need to do a little bit of this crafting. But before I do, let me see here if I can actually pull this up. Here, if I can actually pull this up, because I had someone send me some questions that they specifically wanted me to answer on the live stream. So if you guys are down, I'm going to read the question and then I'll give an answer. And then after that, I may hop up here and try and add some things. Jade, right? Right. I love it when all the little baby bats come in here and congregate, even if you can't stay. The fact that you just pop in and you're like, hey, what up? Everybody have a good day. I love that. I love that. It makes my day. Yeah, so now you know my favorite out of the list. Okay, so this list of questions, and I am pretty sure that the beautiful, wonderful little baby bat that sent me these questions is going to immediately recognize them and know what I'm reading. So here we go. Let's see. First question is, what is my favorite color? So I used to actually answer people with black. But then I kept, black is not a color. It's a shade. And I'm like, okay, fine. Then dark red. Actually, if you want to be more specific, it is called midnight red. Thank you for coming in today, Annie, so, so much. And hopefully I can come over there and sneak around on your channel for a little bit. Just, peep out what you got going on. But thank you for coming in and hanging out and interacting. You have been wonderful, sweetheart. Have a wonderful day. Okay, well, let's see. Oh, this is a good one. Number 2. What is my favorite zoo animal? Uh, First of all, not a huge fan of zoos. Understand that is the only way that a lot of people get to see these animals, but I also know that a lot of these places don't treat the animals the best, and they are in captivity. So sad baby. But if I had to pick one, I could watch clouded leopards just be themselves all day, every day. That is probably one of my favorite in the big cat family. Um, they're just gorgeous, and they are extremely sneaky to be as large as they are. But they're just beautiful, and they are part of the big cat family. So if I was going to say that I'm a cat person, it would be a big cat person. I like the murder cats. Pixie! What up? Glad you made it. Yes, Jody. Oh man, they're beautiful animals and extremely smart. I mean, that's a predator that could probably maul my face off and I would still want to pet it because I'm that type of girl. Right. Murder kitty is still a kitty. Want to pet the kitty. Favorite board game. Oh, that's a good one. Favorite board game would probably be well, I'm gonna go for all my board game. Well, I don't want to say all of them, but a great portion of my board games are Nightmare Before Christmas themed. So they are instantly so much cooler. But I'd have to say that my favorite one is probably going to be. Oh, man. Maybe Life? I like the game of Life. I was terrible at it. I have horrible luck, but I like the game of Life. Right? It's like I need to know how these people get in with these big cats and these big cats trust them enough for like nose boops and belly pats because where do you sign up to be one of these people? I need to know. Like that sounds like a calculated risk I'd be willing to take. Oh, Pixie, that's so awesome. See, I know that there are certain sanctuaries in our area too, but they're like wildlife rehab centers and they do more like possums, raccoons, foxes, stuff like that because a lot of the wildlife we have around here is I mean, we have some larger predatory animals, but a lot of the things are smaller, you know, raccoons and like I don't even know what to call those. Those are alternate puppies. Possums are a weird mix of like having a pet rat and a cat. I've had a possum before, so yeah. I would love to go to a mountain lion sanctuary and just watch them. Good Lord, yes. And wolves. I've had one wolf dog in my entire life, and I will have another one before my life is over. Some big cats. Yes, Wolfie, I've seen the videos of the big cats and catnip, and it is no less entertaining or precious, even though they're way bigger. Right, Pixie. Possums are cute, especially before they get their tooth buds. Once they start getting their teeth, like the natural instinct to protect themselves kind of kicks in a little harder and they get a little more vocal. But yeah. Not a chance. No, no, I would risk it. I would risk it. Are you a Star Wars fan? Yes. But I will say, I am much more a fan of the OG um, trilogy than I have been with all of the additions since then. Like, I know that it's canon for the Star Wars universe and it is a needed installment in the story, but I have never been wowed the way I was wowed with the OG Star Wars. Like, yes, so way ahead of its time. Way ahead of its time. Okay. Yes. 100%. I'd be like, nope, you know what? That's a wonderful way to die. We're gonna just I will die in the arms of the murder kitty. Actually, that would be a very painful way to die. Not even gonna romanticize that. That would probably be horrid. But oh, this one, yes. So full of so many good questions. Holy moly. What's the most beautiful thing you've ever seen? I'm going to try not to go for the obvious corny answer here and say my children, because that would be my knee jerk response. So instead, I will say one of the most beautiful things I think I have ever laid my eyes on um, was probably my first sunset that I experienced on the coast of Australia, Perth. Um, the only thing that rivals that, obviously, are the sunrises. Sunrises and sunsets on water are amazing. But when you're talking about, like, I'm from the US, so I went to a completely different continent, and I don't know, the beach, the scenery, the everything, the whole moment was just beautiful. It was one of those moments in time where I go back to that in my mind frequently because I was completely at peace in that moment. I was in my late teens and I was completely at peace with everything and everyone around me. And that is a beautiful thing. I saw the A New Hope in the theater in 1977. I was 7. Wow, that is awesome though. No, no, you got to experience that stuff on a whole different level. Like I can't even imagine. Like I wish. I was born in 82 and I feel like I missed out so much on the hype of how cool that was to have gone to see that in the theater. Because like I got to see it in my home. Like my father is he's an undercover Star Wars nerd. Like he doesn't just out with it all the time, but oh my goodness, you could tell he would just geek. The first time that he showed me the OGs, he geeked the whole time and kept looking at the TV and then looking at me for my response and looking back at the TV. It was the most precious thing. And you know, back then I was just like, what the heck? But now looking back on those memories, oh, precious. We'll never be able to experience that kind of coolness again, but to be able to see that in the theater, Pixie, you are lucky lady. Lucky, lucky. Let's see here. Wee. Jody. It was. It was. And I feel like now if I went back to the same coast, it probably wouldn't feel the same or even look the same. I can't. The earth is changing so rapidly that I feel like there are things that I wanted to lay my eyes on, like actually in person, wanted to be able to see these things with my own two eyes. And I feel like if I don't do that in a quick, fast hurry in the next few years, I might not get the opportunity to do that with certain things. And that's kind of a sad prospect. Aw, Cody. I'm glad you do. And I feel like a lot of people feel, I don't want to say unneeded, but feel like their existence doesn't make that big of an impact, or that people don't appreciate them being around. And I want everybody to understand that I do. I appreciate you being here. I'm glad you're here. You were 6, Jody. Oh man, see, both of y'all just, I missed it by a few years. Why? No, we got a couple of these kiddos kicking around in here that remember a time before internet, a time before digital everything, a time when you still used a VCR and had to be kind and rewind. Oh yeah, there are some of us in here. The Revenge of the Jedi. Yes. Oh my gosh. So my mom was a collector and she still has one of the original packages with like some figurines or something in it, that she would never let any of us touch. Like this stuff has remained in pristine condition forever. But she had one of the packages you were talking about. Like, wow, I love this. I love this. And I love learning all this stuff about you guys too. There were remotes or answering machines, right? I was the remote, especially in my grandparents' house until I was like 5, and my dad actually got him a TV with a remote. Well, see, the way my mom would do is, any of the big merchandise kind of stuff like that from like the old Transformers and GI Joes to any of the figurines from the OG Star Wars, any of that kind of stuff that she thought might be worth some money one day, she would buy two. She'd buy duplicates. She would get one that would remain in mint condition in the package, and then another one that she would open the package and she would actually let us mess with. So we still got to play with the figurines. We just weren't allowed to touch the ones in the packaging still. And she was very adamant about that, which now, as an adult, I understand that a little more. But as a kid, I was like, that doesn't make any sense. Why would you leave it in the package? You can't play with it then. No. And if you had a family member that thought it was cute to throw the remote at you because you were misbehaving and then that thing tagged you, you sure as heck figured out how heavy those were. That's awesome. Yes. See, my mom collected stuff like that too. Like all the collector's edition glasses that they would release. Which one was it? It was a weird Disney collection they released one year, and my mom went like crazy trying to hunt them all down because certain locations had already gotten rid of all of their stock. Swarovski collection. Wow. Yeah, no, my mom probably would have never had anything like that because I was Destructo Dan and my little sister was my happy little sidekick. So, oh, it's just like, let me tell you, Pixie, I think that we're probably from the generation, same generation of going out to pick our own switch, and there are kids now that don't even know nothing about that. Or picking a small one out because you think that it'll hurt less, and then finding out that you are actually very wrong about that. I remember that collection well. I still drink out of it. I have one left, Jade. One. That's it. Wow. Okay, that's something I don't think that me and my sister ever threw at each other was a VHS tape. That's a new one. Bro, that would hurt. Oh, that would hurt. Yes. You are very right there, Wolfie. Yes, that is. You go out, you cut off a branch, you bring it in, and you get your butt whooped with it. That was a thing that happened at my grandparents a few times. And when I say a few, I mean a very few, because we were not bad after that. You have a death wish if you're bad after an experience like that. You just like pushing buttons at that point. Same, Pixie. We broke that cycle. I broke that cycle with my child. We ain't gonna do all that. There's a way to discipline you without having to try and beat it out of you, and I'm not gonna do that. And we're gonna sit here and talk about this because at some point you're gonna be an adult and you're gonna have to learn. You gotta talk your way through your problems, not beat somebody. Hello, Taryn. I see you. Bill Ingvald did a and how it's like psychological. It is. No lie. It is. That was the part about it. It was the psychological part about it. Like the physical part about it was, yeah, I mean, you knew you were going to get a beating, but it was the whole fear and just anxiety the whole time you were out there searching for this thing and then having to cut it off and then the walk back inside, knowing that you were just going to get beat because you were stupid and you did something you weren't supposed to and you were having that whole crisis in your head as a kid. I don't think that's healthy for anybody, honestly. That's what we're, like the generational trauma and all of the freaking anxiety that people have now. I feel like some of that probably got triggered when we were really young by some of that. Care Bears. It's because I care about you. Oh my. Your siblings sound a whole lot like my sister, though. Whoo, the dark humor and the smart comments. And oh Lord have mercy, but that is hilarious. That hindsight, that probably wasn't that funny then, but hindsight, that's pretty funny. That made me kind of snicker. Precisely, Pixie. Much better ways. Much better ways to deal with that than just laying into somebody physically. Oh, Cody. Ugh. Okay, so that was me and my sister at my mom and dad's. I was always the one that was in trouble for doing things, even when my sister was the one who had actually done those things because I was the scapegoat. I was always the bad kid. I was the badly behaved, weird child. So I get that. It's just kind of like, Matt, you just deal with it. You're fine. There's no blood. You're good. Yeah, but you're not going to. Had I been the one that instigated that, though, that would have turned out completely different. Like, we both, I understand you, darling. Oh, I forgot we are still doing some more. How many hugs do you want a day? That's a weird thing. I'm not a real, I mean, I'm a hugger when I can see that other people need it, but as far as me, I'm a hugger when I tell people goodbye or when I see them after I haven't seen them in a while. But I I don't I don't know how to explain this. I have sensory issues, so physical touch, especially prolonged physical touch with people, really messes with me, and I don't know what that is. Uh, but I really wish it would stop because it makes me look like a weirdo. But if I didn't have the sensory weirdness going on with that, then I would constantly want hugs because I love physical affection just in small doses, I guess, is how I have to answer that. Are there any more comfort audios coming out soon? Okay, so all of you guys are going to you're going to be privy to this before the mass amount of the subscribers are. I've been posting that I might take a break. It's literally only going to be like a week, maybe two. April is my dad's birth month, and my dad is about to start undergoing radiation for a really aggressive cancerous tumor in his eye. So he's going to need me there because he's not going to be able to drive himself. There are certain parts of the medication and stuff that he's going to have help with, like all the side effects. So I'm stepping away for a couple of weeks in April. I'm still going to try and put something out, even if it's just me reading a story. So there will be some semblance of a comfort audio. Now, is it going to be a fully scripted audio like they normally are? Probably not, just because I want to focus on my dad because the man has been my rock. Him and my grandmother have been my rocks my entire life. He has been there for me at every turn. No matter whether he had the ability to be or not, he's always made it work. So I feel like I really need to show up for him right now. But I think honestly, it's going to be maybe some. This coming Friday is the scripted one. Then the first Friday of April, I have one scheduled. I'm reading a storybook. After that, I'm not sure yet. Oh no. Aw. I love you guys too. Oh, you are so sweet. Sorry, I had to catch up with some of the comments. I am so, you guys, y'all are gonna make me cry. Um, I think I've said this before, but I feel like I need to repeat myself. I know that you guys get comfort from my channel, and that you love coming back here because it gives you comfort in a time of uncertainty, in a time of a lot of hate. And I'm so glad. I'm so glad that this channel is finally doing what I set out to do from the very beginning. It makes me feel so good. But you guys, you're also comfort for me. The fact that our community has grown the way that it has, but also seemed to still stay so sweet. I really love that. um, I want to thank every single one of you, honestly, that shows up, even if it's just leaving a comment. Those of you that have donated to my Ko-fi or left me like a super thanks on a video or a live stream. You guys are the best. I need you to know that I will never expect financial anything from any of you. That's why I monetized the channel, was so that that little bit of kickback every so often would be enough to kind of supplement on some of the months that I might not be doing as great financially for one reason or another. But I'm just glad you're here. I'm glad that I could help. And I need you guys to know that you help me too. I'm sorry. But yeah, this whole channel was started as a place to just come to get comfort because people are very cruel. And I needed the communities that were receiving a lot of hate to realize that I can be that mom figure when you don't get the love or acceptance from your parents. When you come out and your parents treat you like they don't even know you, it breaks my heart. I don't have to know you personally for it to hurt me, because no parent should ever do that to their child. No child should ever be afraid to go home after school. I've watched that happen for so many years, and the only part of it that makes me really super sad is that I can't financially afford to rescue more people from situations like that while they're still young enough to be able to recover during childhood. That's my one thing I wish I could do. Oh my God. I'm sorry, guys. Hang on just a minute. I'm going to mute my mic so I can blow my nose because I'm trying not to be rude. All right. Whew. Had me a good little cry right there. Oh, Cody, thank you. I feel like if more people did that for one another, this world would be a much more different place. It would be functioning a lot better as well. Yeah, I just figured that I don't tell you guys enough. I feel like I could tell you every single day how much I appreciate you, how much I care about all of you, and it still wouldn't be enough. Oh, Amber, everything's okay. I was having me a little emotional moment there. Just thanking all of you guys for being who you are and being here with me. Let's see. Our next question is, what's something you're proud of yourself for doing? This is probably not going to be the answer that a lot of you were going to expect. But I'm proud of beating an extremely nasty addiction that almost killed me before I was even an adult. I'm proud of the fact that I still had the good judgment and common sense enough to realize that I was about to mess my life up or completely lose it just because I was running away from things that I needed to deal with. I have been clean for, oh God, let's see. Shoot. It'll be almost, it's close to 30 years. It's close to 30 years now. Coming up on pretty soon. I thought that addiction would kill me. And that addiction ended up being one of the things that caused my sister's death. And a portion of me feels responsible. But I'm proud of myself for walking away, staying away, and making the decision that my life and my future was way more important than the next high. So any of you struggling right now with addiction, no matter what it is, it's possible. It's possible to walk away from it. It's not easy. It is going to be hard, 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 but it's possible. Yep. Pixie, that was me too. I got started down the addiction path. Had a condom break. We're just gonna be real about this. Had a condom break. Found out I was pregnant with my oldest and quit cold turkey and thought I was gonna die for like 4 days. I literally felt like I was dying. And I was so afraid because of the stress of the withdrawals and coming off of all of that and the detox that I might actually lose the baby. But I'm happy to report that not only did he help me in my decision to save my own life, but he has saved my life repeatedly since then by just being the wonderful human he is. He makes me realize that I did, in fact, have something to stick around for, and I'm glad I did. Oh my goodness, you guys, the outpouring of love right now. Yeah, seriously. I feel like a lot of you guys actually know quite a bit about me, but there are parts of my life that unless you've been following me on my TikTok account for quite some time, you may not be aware of. This is one of the many reasons why I'm doing what I'm doing on YouTube right now. I feel like even if it's just one person, that I impact in a way that's going to change their perspective enough to maybe send them in a different direction, I've done what I was here for. Well, I mean, as far as addiction, it's ugly no matter what the substance is, but I'm not going to hesitate to tell you guys it was really bad. It was one of the worst. I was a daily heroin user for over a year straight, every day, solid, multiple times a day sometimes. I don't know how I didn't die. I really don't. I shouldn't be here. Now, has it had some extremely bad effects on my health since then? Yes, very much so. To the point of they think that some of the conditions I'm suffering with currently are a direct product of the abuse that I put my body through when I was younger. So that's why I come on here and I do voice when I'm having like bad pain days or when I'm exasperated about physical health conditions that I'm suffering from or trying to get diagnosis about. I have to keep reminding myself that while it's okay for me to be upset or confused or whatever about this, I might have done this to myself. There's a really good chance that it's my fault that I'm going through these things. So there's only so much complaining that I'm going to do simply because I feel like this was kind of my fault, and you reap what you sow. I mean, I hate saying it like that, but it's the truth. I feel like that's just kind of how things go, and I'm okay with that. Hello, Nova. And I'm trying to catch up again. Oh, you guys are so sweet. You guys are so sweet. Thank you for telling me you're proud of me. Thank you. Um, Proud of me too, because that could have ended way differently. Oh man, K Wolf, dude, that my mom was a recovering alcoholic for years, and I watched her do that to herself, and all I can say is the quicker you can put that stuff down, the better your body is going to feel. From experience, I know, and I still have a couple of things that I deal with. Like I smoked cigarettes for years, years and years and years and years, and I put the cigarettes down here recently. I do still vape, and I know that is terrible. I've cut way back on vaping. I mean, shoot, I've been on here for 82 minutes and I haven't excused myself to vape or anything. So that's a thing. Do I have a spot where you can send fan mail? Like, are you talking about like physical mail? Because not yet, but I potentially could. Uh, oh my God. Woo! Everybody congratulate Jade. What up? College. Yes. See, you're already a step ahead of me. I got pregnant right before I started my first semester of college, and my dad was like, "No, you ain't going to school. You getting a job and getting the hell out of my house. Go, bye." So I'm proud of you because I watched my son go through 4 years of college, and that is not for the weak. So congratulations, baby. And Wolf, I want to tell you, I am freaking proud of you. I got off topic a little bit. I'm proud of you for putting that down because I know how hard that can be. Self-medicating and then not doing it can be a hard transition to go through. You're a freaking superhero. Let's see here. Like gifts and letters. As of right now, no, but I could go and get a PO box pretty quickly. I haven't really had anything like that simply because I don't have a permanent spot to stay right now, so I don't have a permanent address of any kind. But I could go and get a PO box. I mean, if it would be something that you guys would actually be interested in the info for. Pretty sure they're not insanely expensive, so I could probably do that. The devil's lettuce. You know what though? I have I have I have opinions on the devil's lettuce. Do I feel like it's classified as one of the bad D words? Because I really don't want to get demonetized, but the bad D words. Yeah, it's classified as one because it's an altering substance. Do I think it is as bad as nearly everything else that we have access to? No, no, I don't. As a matter of fact, was one of the ways that I was able to deal with and cope with the ungodly painful um, detox, and got permission, like personal permission, not professional permission. She had to be very specific about that, but from my gyno while I was pregnant. She said, yes, if you will put the cigarettes down and any of the hard things that you are doing, yes. She was like, that is fine. The worst thing that is going to do is increase your appetite, which means you will gain more weight. So I have opinions on devil's lettuce. BFA in creative writing for entertainment. Whoa! Heck yeah! And creative writing. That was something I enjoyed thoroughly in school. Okay, see, right there, Pixie. Honestly, if I lived in a legal state, I would probably be doing the same because pain management is a joke in this state. And even then, I don't like the idea of being a past addict to any kind of substance and then going on an opioid to deal with pain that I'm having. I feel like that would probably be an invitation for a very slippery slope that I don't know that I want to be on. I got homeschooled for a while too, Cody, because my dad was, I lived in an extremely religious household, and my dad was adamant that public schools were going to ruin me and my sister. So we enrolled in a Christian homeschool, and we were there for a few years. Oh, see, you're in a legal state. Or a legal place, I guess I should say, because there are countries, I do believe, that have places where it's legal, not just the US. But I use the devil's lettuce almost daily for so many different reasons. I'm glad it's becoming more available, but still have a ways to go. Same, same. Like, I live in the Bible Belt in the southern US, and my state in particular has serious problems with the devil's lettuce. We have the Delta 9s and the whatevers, but there's no full spectrum legally available here, which I feel full spectrum does a little bit more as far as the range of things that it can treat, but I haven't done any of the Delta 9 or anything like that in a while, so I couldn't even speak to what kind of quality or positive like outcome that that would have with me. I haven't, I don't know. Legal state. Oh, see, yeah, nope. I live in. So we're way behind the times. Like it is probably going to be a few more years before full spectrum is even talked about as a legal option here. Have to go, but I love being here in your life. I wish the best to everyone. All right, Cody. I tell you what, honey, you are welcome to come back. You are welcome to hunt me down if you would like to. I should have links. If I don't, I will update them. You can find me on TikTok. I have a TikTok account still. I kind of killed the rest of my stuff though. But you guys can reach out to me if you'd like. Alrighty, let's see. We're going to try and tackle the rest of this question list, and then I may have to excuse myself for a little bit. It's already 12:30. Well, it's only 12:30. I mean, we could probably go for a little longer. New England has dispensaries on like every street corner. Oh, man. See, like, y'all got me over here going, I really love the beautiful rolling hills of my state. I've lived here my whole life, and I really think it's a gorgeous place. But kind of rethinking the whole, I could live in a tiny house somewhere else. It don't have to be there. It don't have to be here. I mean, let's see, what are we? Oh, there we go. Do you like the beach or mountains better? Ooh, that's kind of hard. I would say mountains now, but had you asked me that when I was younger, it would have been beach. Um, I was almost a snack for a shark. At one point, I still had my surfboard that had an actual bite mark out of the board. That'll ruin your love of the beach just a little bit. I mean, if you're hardcore and you really, really like it, and you're just like, I'm gonna get back on the bike or back on the horse and try it again, then yeah, you'll go back. But I think I'm good. I think I'd rather be in the mountains. There are still things that could kill me out there, but at least they're not under the water where I can't see them coming after me. Yeah, I figured a lot of you probably you were probably either, yeah, you guys were probably about an hour behind me. Yeah. I love the sea and scuba diving. Oh, Amber, see, I used to love it. I used to love it so much. But I don't know, that just kind of killed it for me. Like that gave me, if I ever was going to say I had PTSD because of something, it would be that. It would be that. I have PTSD after that day. Well, and the funny thing is when I got back in, when I was able to actually paddle back in and look and see, had I been skinned, was I bleeding anywhere? Because this thing came so close. Like my foot was planted. I'm going to see if I can't kind of give you guys a can't talk, visual representation using maybe this, okay? So my foot was planted on my board. And this shark came up and literally grazed its teeth against the outside of my foot and chomped down on the board. And my foot was slightly hanging off of the bite mark when I went down into the position to sit on my board, because you pull all the extremities in, you don't go paddling, you don't freak out and start trying to get away, because any of the splashing and anything, they're going to come back. That was an exploratory bite. That was to see if I was on the menu or not. When they didn't taste anything that tasted like food, 9 times out of 10, they're going to go away, especially a smaller shark. Now, what got me was a bull shark, but it was a juvenile, and it was during like peak mating time, I guess. And so they were all stirred up and all like, anyway. So I was just in the wrong place at the wrong time. But he didn't come back. We were able to get back in pretty quickly. It was me and two other people. But when I got back on land and they measured the bite radius and everything, they were like, had that been full grown, that probably would have ended differently. That was a juvenile, so you're pretty lucky. They were not full grown. There's no way that bite radius came from a full grown bull shark. So I guess yay. I mean, I would never tell somebody to let their fear of something like that happening uh keep them from doing something they loved. Like I loved surfing, but now I know with my physical condition, there is no stinking way I'm gonna be able to surf anymore. Like my muscle strength and my joints and everything are so much worse than they were when I was a teenager that I wouldn't even attempt to get on a board anymore. But like if you love the ocean and you love being out there, then don't let that one situation keep you from doing what you love, because I know plenty of people that have had interactions with a shark at some point in their life and then never again. Let's see here. Do I ever get scared of the dark? Yes, I hate the dark. And it's not that I'm scared of the dark, it's I'm scared of the things in the dark that I can't see, which I think is probably a lot of people actually. I'm scared of what's in the dark. I have a very overactive imagination, and it is way worse when it's dark. My brain will start telling me that I'm seeing and hearing things that I'm clearly not seeing or hearing. So yes, I have an immense fear of the dark, but I felt like I needed to elaborate as to exactly what part of that I was afraid of. Um, who or what inspires you? I think the I think the people that can wake up every single day, see all the negativity and sadness and hurt around them, and still find a reason to smile and be nice and be kind. I think that inspires me most. No matter how bad it looks around them, they just give off this aura of light, of goodness, of love and acceptance, of happiness. Even in a world like this, I think that inspires me the most. That is what I aspire to be, because I feel like we need a lot more of those people around right now. If you could sit down with someone for an hour and get to ask them anything, who would you choose? This is probably going to be a little bit of an odd answer for most people. My great grandmother on my mom's side. Um, the strong Native American roots in my family run deep on my mom's side. My great grandmother actually lived at a reservation. Um, she was the most beautiful woman. I mean, well into her late 80s and early 90s, barely had any gray hair. Uh, very, very beautiful complexion. Um, just smart and funny, but I only got to meet her once for a very brief period of time. I would love to sit down with her and learn about where I came from one of the sources themselves. I think that'd be really cool. Just sit down and learn about me from the side of my family that I know very little about. I think it'd be kind of nice to be able to learn about people that I was related to. Um, and just more about where I came from, who I am, where my roots lie. I think that would be really awesome. Uh, she's a fantastic woman. I feel like I was robbed just a little bit. But yeah, I guess that would have been my choice. Hi, welcome in. As you guys can hear, my medicine is wearing off, my allergy medication, so I'm getting nasally. That's another reason why when I record audios or do anything for YouTube, I have to get it timed just right so that my allergy medication is kicked in, and it's the quietest part of the day, and I can record without, a whole lot of stopping and starting. And so if you ever hear anything recorded and it sounds like I am a little congested, it's because I'm literally allergic to everything, life. So especially this time of year, I sound like somebody's holding my nose shut. I know enough about American history to know that I am ashamed of a lot of it, especially as someone who has so much caucasity running through my family tree. Like, I didn't have enough of the native bloodline to actually give me any kind of melanin at all. I tan, I don't burn, but I was born a redhead with freckles. So imagine the native side of my family's surprise and dismay when I came out looking like an Irish child. Yeah, I know, and the only reason why I live stream at the random like middle of the day hours that I do is because it's when the least amount of people and things are going on in the home I'm currently in. Like once I get moved into my tiny house, my live streamings will be all over the place. I'll have some that are going to be really late at night for me, some that are earlier in the morning. It'll the variety of times will widen as I am able to get my freedom back and moved into my own place again. But I'm glad you were able to like come by even if you can't hang out for very long. I hate that, man. Like everybody's at work or school and I'm going, dude, I really should be streaming this kind of stuff right around dinner time maybe or right after dinner time. Oh no, Alexandra. You know what though? Mad props, Grub, because let me tell you, I did that for like 4 years straight, and I felt like I was 85 when I left one of the two jobs. There was a point in time where I was working two full time and one part time job just so I could pay off my tiny house faster because the way that I'm trying to make this work is I'm trying to pay off any and everything that I can ahead of time. So when I go and I buy this acreage, that's all I'm paying for essentially is my property and my utilities and food, obviously. It's 7 p.m. there. Holy moly. That's a heck of a time difference. Wow. It's 10 till 1 p.m. here. It's 12:50. It's on the tail end of my lunchtime, which I could probably stand to go eat a little something something at some point. Oh, Alexandra, holy moly. Baby doll, I hope you don't have to do that forever. Cause that it will age you so quick. So quick. 10 to 2. Wow. Holy crap. There are some of you in this chat that I am now hyper aware of the fact that you guys are definitely not in the States. Like, I knew some of you weren't, but now it's like, I was like guessing, educated guess. No, now I am fully aware. You guys are watching from a different continent. Oh, oh, Alexandra, you are a freaking superhero, hun. Speaking from somebody who has experienced that lifestyle, the burnout is real. I don't know how you're doing it, but make sure you take care of you because you need to take care of you in that kind of situation, especially. Ooh, I'm gonna have to. charge my device before long. We getting into the danger zone over here. Hey, so you are from the South. You are just from a different part of the South. What up from another Southern homie? Tennessee in the chat. Belgium. Yeah, okay. Amber, yeah. That checks. That checks out. That would explain the massive time difference. Holy moly. The fact that some of you guys found me in my little rundown podunk town in the middle of nowhere, Tennessee, streaming some very specific things and you know, publishing very specific contents on my channel, and yet here we are. Oh, well, I'm glad that it worked the way that it did, because the people who needed to be here are here, and they're still finding us. There are still some of you that have popped in here and been like, oh, hey, I didn't know this place existed. And I love that. Oh, Jade, that's so sweet. That's so sweet, honey. And honestly, I needed this channel and you guys just as much. Just as much. Oh my goodness. I don't know if you guys can see her. She's all passed out behind me now. Like, I've even heard her snore a couple of times. She is done. Now, if I was to stand up and walk away, she would immediately sit up. Because if she doesn't know where I am, then I'm too far away. I have Velcro dogs. Well, yeah, that would have probably brought you almost directly to me there, Wolf. That's funny. And also kind of awesome, because I know when I started this channel, there were some creators that were specifically doing mommy content, but not a whole lot. I was one of the few. Yes, my girls are attached at my hip most every day. Now, the other one that is under the bed in her bat cave, she is still never more than about 4 inches away from my feet, which are dangling off the side. Rainbow, that is a dog. She is a weird mix. They are corgi mixies, but the little one that is under the bed looks more like a corgi. She is experiment 626. We don't know what happened. She only has corgi colors. Nothing else about her screams corgi. Jade, most of the time, if your request has been picked to be filled, then I will have heart reacted to it. I'm trying really hard to fill what I can when I have the ability to write scripts, because a lot of these are going to need to be scripted, especially some of them that are of a little more sensitive subject. I have to script them simply to keep Papa YouTube off my butt, because you know the old YT does not like certain topics at all, so that makes us as creators, voice actors specifically, have to tiptoe around and dance around all kinds of terminology to keep the algorithm from one-shotting us. But yeah, that normally, if I heart react to one of the things that you've put in as like a suggestion, that means that I am either starting the writing process for the script for that, or it's in actual production to be posted. Ponies! Oh my God, yes! You have the most fun ever going to feed those ponies. I hope that you have a good rest of your day. Please, please pat the ponies for me because I miss living on a farm. I used to have 7 horses and I miss it immensely. So, yeah, thank you for coming in, and I will forever love your screen name. It is just perfection. This genre existed until a little before Christmas. Second channel I found. Ah. Oh, okay, Pixie. Well, that is I'm glad. I'm glad that I was able to be there when you were looking and you needed that. That's one of the topics too that they are sniping creators for because they don't like us talking about that kind of thing even though it is a real thing that needs to be discussed. They don't like us talking about it. Thank you, Village. That's very sweet. You know what? I will not even fight that remark. They are just really big dogs. Because they bite, then they will step all over you. Oh, wow. That's kind of funny. Yeah. Yeah, there were a couple of my horses that I could say, like, there was one that had golden retriever behavior. She was my clown, but I loved her. See, Pixie, I have to agree. Like, I feel like comfort audios in general would have helped a ton of us growing up. Like, in 70s and 80s, because our parents parented, but only just. Like, we were being kept alive, but we were also responsible for ourselves a lot. And we didn't, I feel like a lot of us didn't grow up with the supportive parents that you're supposed to be for your kids because they were so wrapped up in what was going on in their own lives that they forgot that we were a pivotal part of that. I meant in the capacity of being lovey and sweet. Well, then you have never you've never met horses like my old horses. My old horses were a-holes, dude. I mean, they were great. They were just a-holes. Oh, Amber, that's sweet. See, I'm so glad that you guys were able to find this channel. And I'm also happy that I started this endeavor even though I had people telling me there's going to be no market for that. You're going to just stumble through that for the first couple of years and it's not going to do anything and you're going to get tired of it and you're going to walk away. Um Proving them wrong week by week. And here we go. I've always loved horses and dinosaurs. Yes. I was a dino baby for sure. A huge Appaloosa Napoleon. Dude, I don't know what it is about Appaloosas, but ours was a jerk. He would wait, like he would be so sweet, and he would wait until you dismounted and walked in front of him and turned your back, and he would bite into your shoulder like every single time. I don't know why. He was never mad. We had never done anything to piss him off or hurt him, but he'd bite you if you turned your back on him. And I'm like, you jerk. So always 2 eyes forward at his face all the time. What's my favorite dinosaur? That would be a Spinosaurus. only because my son knew that its whole name was a Spinosaurus aegypticus when he was like 2. And we learned everything we could at that point about what they had learned about a Spinosaurus. So he's my favorite because he was my son's favorite. I fall back on some more because it puts me back to the moments of cuddles with my mom. I can't now. Good. Great. You're 6'2"? Wow, you are tall. I mean, I'm kind of tall, but you're tall. That's all right, though. I like tall people. Tall people are awesome. Tall people are really awesome. Just like the teeny people are awesome. I have a couple of friends that are like a couple of like inches away from literally being considered a little person because of how short they are. And they are the most adorable thing ever, but also dynamite does come in small packages because I would never make any of these ladies angry. Not once. T-Rex! Oh yeah, bite. Yeah. Yes. Yes. Horses will bite you from time to time. Oh, okay. Well, I understand the clothes part because tell me why everything that I buy that fits me in the waist looks like capris. Have we not heard that there are females that are taller than 5'4"? Can we please get on that? Because these major retailers ain't it. It's sad when I can buy stuff from overseas and it fits me better than the stuff that I buy at Walmart. What? What? Like chihuahuas. Oh, so you're one of those. You're one of those. I'm sorry, I can't hear you all the way down there. Yeah, it's okay because I'd just be like, well, can you at least tell me how the weather up there is? I mean, if we're going to be smart, let's both be smart, right? Quetzalcoatl plague. Yep. I'm not going to try and say that again. But I have to agree, Jay. Cody, hey, welcome back, babe. And yours is the pterodactyl. That one is a really cool one. Yeah, yeah, you catch that awesome pronunciation I just did. Welcome to the South. I got mush mouth like a mug today, boy. Oh no, Jody. So you are one of the small well, okay, so I'm 5'9", 5'8", 5'9", because I think I'm shrinking a little bit. I'm hitting that age where you start to lose the bone mass and the height just a little. So I haven't measured my height, but a couple of years ago I measured 5'9", so we're just gonna go with that. That's what's on my driver's license as well. Um, so yeah, yeah. So yeah, they don't make them for either. It's like the girls that are like 5'6" are getting the best of both worlds, I guess, because they're and I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know what these clothing designers are doing at all, but I'm gonna need them to get some help from some women that actually have the shapes that they're trying to buy the clothing for. Cause why? Nox, you are back. Did you know bats make up 20% of all mammals? Rodents make up 40%. So rodents and bats are the type of mammals there are most variety of. I did not learn something new every day. 20%. Wow. I mean, there are a ton of bats, like types of bats, different. Yeah, so I can imagine that would, yeah, wow. Holy moly. That's just like we all know what the most destructive mammal on the planet is. We do not even have to think about that one for very long. Sad but true. That pronunciation was gold. That's called my country accent betrays me, and my mouth doesn't move as fast as my brain. I'm also 5'4", and I'm going to be the shortest in my family. So, oh no. Yeah, I am right in the middle of heights in my family. Like my grandfather was just shy of 7 foot tall before he had his first knee surgery. My dad's like 6'2". My grandmother is barely 5 foot tall. It's an interesting variety in my family. Oh, oh my goodness, I have so many of you little packages of dynamite in here. This is so cute. So I could literally pick you guys up maybe and like carry you on my back. I give piggyback rides. I still will do that. Unless it's a terrible pain day, and then maybe not. I probably drop you and not even mean to. Oops. What's my favorite bat? Um, uh, mm. Let me see if I can pull one up. That way I can just give you a visual representation of it. Oh, for the love of Pete. Let me in my device, please. Hello? What? All right, I'm gonna need you to stop hiding my Google from me. Oh. Ooh, let me see if I can find a really cute picture of it. There we go. I found one. Well, never mind. That's a puzzle. I just want to show you the picture. I don't need a puzzle. Now I would have. I'm not going to say the scientific name of this guy because it sounds too much like things I'm not supposed to say on the internet. This guy. He is a specific type of dwarf fruit bat. They are teeny tiny. They are extremely precious. They are, I don't think they're as small as the pygmy fruit bats, but they are close in size. I might have that opposite, actually, now that I think about it. I don't know. I could swap my height. You would 100% do it. It's a pain in the booty. Kensley! I am doing well. We have been streaming for a long time. I have done absolutely no crafting. I have been sitting here just... Abazor! What's up, Abs? Sneaking into my live stream all quiet like. I'm glad you made it in, Kensley. We were going to originally be crafting on this monstrosity, and then I started talking and chit-chatting and answering questions and decided I was going to do that instead. So, here we are. That is a lot of bats. You are right, Abs. That is a lot of bats. Yes, Knox. Oh. I was rushing today, hoping I would make the live. Yeah, I didn't know exactly how long I was going to stream, to be honest with you guys, because yeah, I don't want to call it a 911 situation. It was just a real pain in the butt. My alternator on my car decided to crap out last night and barely got my car back in the driveway. So now I have to go and pick up my alternator today and put it in the car so that I can get to work tomorrow. Yeah, okay. See, the dysphoria ones, I'm gonna have to really start. I can script those and I can definitely record those, but I'm gonna have to be really careful with the terminology once again, because that's the good thing about the voice acting community is they've started to kind of figure out the algorithm and the no things that you need to stay away from, like terminology or certain phrases, because the bots look for phrasing or keywords. So if you can switch it up, then a lot of the times you fly under the radar. And that's what I'm kind of trying to do with some of these. I don't know why they have started singling out trans friendly or LGBTQ plus audios, but they are definitely singling those out specifically. It's the same thing with certain abuse or self-harm videos, which I used those trigger words just now. So you guys watch just in case YouTube comes after me. You know where it came from. Amber, oh my God, you're 5'2"? You're just a little taller than my Grammy. My Grammy is 5 foot. She's teeny tiny. I love her. Okay, let's catch up a little bit. Yeah, you have to talk about certain things. Yeah, sadly. And I mean, I get it. They're trying to make it a safer place for children to be. But at the same time, like, you guys have set up bots and set up like moderation type algorithms and stuff that is sexualized in nature and like visually, not just an audio, like visually is slipping under the radar. I don't understand. Oh, Knox. Well, I am hoping that this hour goes by really super quickly and you get to leave, because that's the best part of the workday is getting to walk away. Sending you all my love, dear. Okay, Wolfie, you be careful. And I will try my best to come to your next Twitch stream. I now have all of my notifications set to come through. So, yeah, I should know when you're streaming from now on. I love you guys. Yeah, Rainbow, you would think. YouTube Kids does exist specifically for kids' entertainment, but then they still want to censor heavily the stuff that is marked as no, this is not for kids. Now, I think the reason being is they don't have any way of keeping the kids off of that. You can warn that it isn't for kids. You can put all kinds of warning labels on for stuff. But I don't know. I still think that it's because stuff slips through the cracks and kids get in on certain content that they have no business being in on. So I don't know. I try my hardest to mark everything as not for kids. And it is just because I feel like there is a somewhat of an age cutoff for even the content that I make. So, yeah. Taking the first steps towards. Oh, that is phenomenal news. Oh, that is so awesome. See, I don't know that you, but I'm pretty sure you have been seeing some of the chicanery going on here in the States when it comes to things like that, and I feel like it is only going to get worse. We're going backwards. It's not just certain minority groups that are in the line of fire now. They broadened the horizons here. There are a whole lot of people that are in danger. I hate to say it that way, but in danger here in the States. So to hear that there are other places on this planet that are still being progressive with this and are going forwards instead of backwards with this is, that is so refreshing to hear. Congratulations, babe. And I know that my personal experience, any surgery is kind of scary, but I also know that if you've gotten to this point, this is something that you seriously want and you're excited. You may be a little anxious, but you're excited. And I love that for you. I love that for you. I'm so excited for you. Kensley. Oh, wow. Everyone is starting to leave the reveal. Well, I'm probably honestly not going to be able to stream for too much longer. Poland is not progressive right now, but this one they did good. Yeah, I have to agree. They did good with that. Same, Pixie. I have been a mess of emotions in recent months because I have a lot of family that are in some of these groups that they're targeting with actions that they're doing, and it worries me. There are actually friends of mine that are moving abroad. They are completely leaving the States because they're afraid. And I don't blame them. You had your gender reveal today. Oh. How was it? Was it nice? Did you have all of the people you wanted there to show up and support you and cheer along with you when you found out? Oh no, I am seriously excited for Kinsley, guys. Never apologize for having to leave a live stream, sweetie. I'm probably going to be leaving soon too because I still have to go out here and pick up my alternator so that I can get my car running. And since I have a shade tree mechanic at my disposal right now, we'll take advantage of that. Now you have to think of names. Oh man, that was the biggest pain in the butt for me. Because every name that I picked out, my husband, well, now ex-husband, was not a fan of. And we argued about the name of this child for months. Could not come to an agreement. So basically what happened was he picked out the name and I told him I was okay with it as long as we got to call him Alex. That was as far as that conversation went. Oh man. And I would kind of take you guys. Bye, Rainbow. Thank you for coming to the live, baby doll. I hope you have a good rest of your day. I would take you around and show you guys my florals that I'm working on, but I'm not trying to make anybody seasick. Plus the fact, like I said, I'm about to have to uh, go here in like another 10 minutes. My husband doesn't care. My baby is going to be like me and eat crayons. Wow. Okay. I would have to say that is way more chill of an outlook on the whole situation than mine had back then. Uh These are my tools though. Because anybody that has ever worked with floral wire knows it will destroy your hands if you don't have the right clipping tools. Because that is what I'm about to do right now. Yeah. Well, I know all about Marines. I married one. Ridiculous. Stubborn as a mule, too, boy. But most of them have very good hearts. Most of them. Yeah, I don't know that I'm going to get any more of my florals done today. Because I feel like working on my car is probably slightly more important. But, I guess I'm going to wrap up here, guys. I hate that some of you just made it in here not that long ago or made it back in here. Like I have said, I plan on live streaming and doing some of these at different points during the time of the day. Like maybe next time I'll do one at dinner time. Now I know some of you that are overseas, depending on what time dinner time is for me, y'all will probably be in the bed, which is fine, but that way there are some people that are here in the States that can't make it because they go to school during the day that would be able to make it later in the afternoons, more like Eastern Standard or Central Standard Time type stuff. So I'm going to try and get it to where all of you can come to a live stream at some point in the next few months and attend. Yes, I have Marines in my family. I also have a Navy SEAL as a grandfather, and those men are no joke. My cravings have been a little off the wall. Girl, I craved taco salad and pickles my whole pregnancy. Cheese dip. Yeah, we bathed in her. Okay, so you guys all have a wonderful day. Thank you so much for coming by and supporting. I will definitely be posting, like, you guys will have an audio tomorrow, and you will have an audio next Friday. The Friday after, I will probably not be posting anything, but that week I plan on coming on live for just a little bit. So you guys, everything will resume as regular content like you're used to, probably towards the end of April. And then we will pick back up with the schedule postings and all that, and back to business as usual come May. So I appreciate everybody being extremely supportive, not only of me, but of each other. Please stay safe. Please take care of yourselves until we speak again. I love all of you immensely. Okay? Have a good rest of your week.